Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I will show you in this video how to handle the Asynchronous Firebase API. We'll use the Firebase Realtime database with Android. I'm using for this video a very simple database that holds only three objects under a node named items. The code to get the name of these three items is quite simple. First, I have created the Firebase database object by calling the static method getInstance. And then I have created two references, the Firebase root reference, which points here, and the second one, the item reference, that points exactly here. I also have created a list that will hold our item names. After that, I have created a listener and implemented two methods, the onDataChange method and the onCancelled method. But guys, don't forget to print the database error because it's very helpful and don't ignore it. Now, using the getChildren method, we iterate to the entire data snapshot object to get the item names. I also have added three additional log statements to see more clearly how it works. We have before attaching the listener, inside the onDataChange method, and after attaching the listener. There is also another log statement present that will help us print the elements of our list. So if we run this code, I bet it's not what you expected. As you can see, the line after attaching the listener is printed even before the line inside the onDataChange method. But it explains precisely why the list is empty when we are trying to print its elements. This list is empty because by the time we are calling this log statement, we haven't finished yet loading data from the database. And depending on your connection speed, it may take from a few hundred milliseconds to a few seconds before the data is available. With other words, we cannot just simply take the list and use it outside the onDataChange method. The initial response for most developers, as it was also mine, is to try to fix this asynchronous behavior, but I recommend against this. Trying to call a synchronous method on the main thread could freeze your app, which is a terrible user experience. On Android, it could also crash your app with an application not responding dialog. A quick fix for this would be to move this log statement inside the onDataChange method. This means that we are using this list only inside this method. Let's run this code again to see what happens. Let's clear this up. And as you can see, the list is not empty anymore. But if we intend to use this list outside the onDataChange method, then we need to create a custom callback to wait for the data. And in order to achieve this, first we need to create an interface. So we have private interface, and let's call this interface Firebase callback. And inside this interface, let's define a method which will be void on callback, which uses a single argument, which is a list of strings. Now let's create a method which is private void and name it read data and uses a single argument of type Firebase callback. And inside this method, let's cut all this line of code from here and paste them over here. Let's remove this log statement because they are not needed anymore. Let's delete also this and also this. Inside the onDataChange method, let's cut this line of code and add our list to our Firebase callback. On callback and pass our item list as an argument. Now we can call our read data and pass an instance of our Firebase callback interface as an argument. Let's paste this line of code here and change the item list with the list. Now let's run this code again. Let's clean this up. And as you can see, it worked again. We can make it even simpler by replacing this with a lambda expression. So this is how we can handle the asynchronous behavior of the onDataChange method in Android. I have also added in the description below a link with one of my answers from Stack Overflow regarding this topic. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next video.